Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Software Engineer K, and today we've got some pretty awesome stuff. So we had the Hulk, the Immortal Hulk drop, and that went pretty well from what I saw. You know, the whole comic sold out within a second, and that was kind of what we were expecting at this point. So that does go to show that we are getting more users, more people using the app and purchasing into these drops. So that is going to be good for OMI burn. And on top of the point of OMI burn, I just wanted to recap kind of what is happening with OMI now. We also had a few updates with Immutable X, so I'll touch on those, and the next comic drop has also been announced, which is another modern comic. So I just wanted to go a little bit into the moderns versus classics as well. So without further ado, we'll just go straight into it. Now, we had the drop with the Immortal Hulk. Now, I did actually read through the whole comic for this one. I'm not going to lie, I kind of stopped reading them for a while after the first few, just because the modern ones, I don't know, I just like the artwork in the modern ones, obviously because they're more modern, but this story was pretty good. I really recommend reading this one if you have not. It's like a very kind of villainous twist to the Hulk. Definitely one worth reading, but they all sold out. Our price predictions are pretty much on point. It is very, very similar to what the Future Perfect Hulk comic, what that is priced at right now. Pretty similar. So yeah, I believe these modern comics, they're going to go for around about very similar price points. So you can expect, you know, the commons to go for around about 15 to 18 gems. Rares around about, you know, 120, 110. Uncommons, 50-ish. Ultra rares, I can see, you know, peaking at 300. And the secret rares, those will always go for, you know, around about, on the drop day, 2k-ish. And then after the hype dies down, around about 1.4, 1.5k. Now, VeVe also did leak to us a pretty cool teaser, and I just want to show you guys exactly what this is and what my thoughts are. Okay, so it's kind of got a pond and some lightning, and that's pretty much it. They didn't tell us more than that, but that was it. Now, we have seen some very interesting guesses. You know, Storm, X-Men. You know, some people went on to say it could be Jason, the serial killer, because, you know, we have, what's it called? The upcoming kind of like Halloween films coming up, so it could be related to that. That's a bit more skeptical. Others say it's Jurassic Park. One really interesting guess is there was a post by Four. You know, look for, watch out in October. We have Frog 4, also known as Frog, and this was actually featured. I don't know how many of you caught it, but Frog 4 was actually in the Loki series. You probably might have seen him in like one of the final episodes. He's in a little jar bouncing around, but a lot of people, you know, they actually didn't catch that bit. So maybe it's related to that, because I noticed that they are kind of following What If a little bit. You know, we saw like Kang as well, and that was kind of like the finale of What If. So pretty interesting stuff. Whoever it is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. Now, on the other point is we have another modern comic coming up, and this time it is Captain America, but it is Sam Wilson as Captain America, aka Falcon. So this is the version that we saw again in another Marvel series. We saw Falcon and Winter Soldier, and towards the end of the series, he dons the Captain America mantle, and he gets like a pretty cool new rework on his costume as well. So the thing with these modern comics is they're not worth as much as the classics, the physical versions, obviously. So you can get that cover, the one that we just saw, for about, you know, £14.50, which is like $20. Yeah, $20 if it's in good condition. We've got a variant cover here, which is $35. So that's I think, or what's that? Probably comes out to about $50, somewhere around there. And then we've got pretty interesting variant covers here. So yeah, I mean, physical versions, I think in this case the NFT versions will outsell the physical versions by far. You know, even if they're in like really good top graded condition, it's just way too of a new comic to hold a lot of value. So usually the really old ones, if you've got those in good condition, those, you know, those will get a few thousands. So the other point is we have an update with Immutable X. So for those who aren't aware, Immutable X is the layer 2 Ethereum solution that VeVe is moving over to, and the OMI token is now going to be traded on top of the Ethereum blockchain, which means it is on ERC20, which means we can now go on to more exchanges. You know, all of the utility issues, they're all going to be resolved once we are migrated over, and that is happening very soon. Now, very interesting little bit of a teaser that someone found is if we go to marketplace, we can see VeVe actually shows up. So if we just go here, now it doesn't have a logo or anything, but that's fine. I believe that they've kind of just got a placeholder ready for VeVe. Now, nothing in here really, but that just goes to show that, you know, they have got the preparation ready for Immutable X. We said that we were gonna hear about the migration this month. It's about just over a week left of this month, so I think we should start hear something big very, very soon. And I believe we'll probably start the onboarding process from next month. Obviously, once they've migrated over, it's not like everything is just done automatically. That's just to get the infrastructure in place. Once they've done that, they can start moving bit by bit, you know, your tokens, and then, you know, the collectibles. I believe they'll migrate not every account over in one go. I believe they'll probably migrate, like, you know, batches of accounts. But, you know, it is going to be pretty awesome. Once we're on Ethereum, we can then start to look forwards to getting some of our collectibles onto OpenSea, where there's far more liquidity. So that's obviously going to help boost the price of OMI as well. Now, on the price of OMI, what has been quite interesting is there's been quite a lot of FUD in the market related to China as usual. But I think now I've pretty much confirmed to myself that these low prices that we saw, we're probably never ever going to touch those again. I mean, you know, never say never, but very, very unlikely I can see the price coming down here, because the whole market has been tanking, but OMI has just only gone as low as, you know, 0.5 cents. It's just been stuck there. So when the market recovers, I'm quite interested to see just how high up OMI will, you know, will appreciate. And obviously when we've got the full immutable transition, MTL, you know, they're going to be releasing a new article on OMI utility. I guarantee that's going to drive some bullish sentiment, and we are starting to see a lot more adoption of OMI as well. It's finally gotten to that point where people have started to take notice of it. Big influencers have started to take notice of it. You know, those who have been holding OMI since, you know, before March, like, you know, probably bought at, you know, with fairly high price points, but that's okay, because I see us hitting those price points again and surpassing those. And back then, you know, there were far less holders of OMI. Now there's, you know, well over 140,000 wallets of OMI, and there are more and more bigger names kind of talking about it as well. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in the short term as well as in the mid to long term with regards to OMI price, OMI utility, and, you know, just that general kind of use case and awareness of it. So I believe what's going to happen is we will continue to trade around about 0.5 cents. If the crypto market recovers, I see us breaking past that previous high of 0.62 cents up to 0.7. Once we get Immutable X, MTL, all that stuff, I see us hitting 1 cent again. At 1 cent, I think there's going to be a lot of resistance, just because that is common take profit region for a lot of holders, especially a lot of whale holders. So we'll finally start to see some of the whales starting to sell off, because we haven't really seen a lot of the big whales that have just been holding, what effect they've been having. There's been just a couple of, you know, characters that have been buying and selling, but there is a community of whales out there that have just kind of been holding all their tokens just because it doesn't make sense to sell at these prices. At 1 cent, I think a few of them will be taking small amounts of profit, and then beyond that as well. But yeah, there isn't going to be like a dump, so I wouldn't worry about, you know, OMI price coming back down to these low areas. So that's pretty much everything I'm going to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Do check out the OMI Homie t-shirts in the description below. Use my code K10 for a discount, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.